What's up, everybody? Etchy here from Dead Draw Gaming, bringing you some post-rotation tabletop gameplay. Jake Gearhart and I recorded a few matches in the Temporal Forces format, and for this next video, we'll be showing a game of Arctina versus Lost Zone Box. We planned these matchups ahead of time, but neither of us practiced this specific matchup before, so it's sort of a collaborative match where we're both figuring out more about our decks and the matchup. The Arctina list is the 7th place Champions League list, featuring Eerie and 2 Grabbers, while our Lost Box list is from a recent City League, featuring Roaring Moon, Iron Hands, Hoopa, and Raikou V. This is our first time recording tabletop stuff for the channel, so the lighting's a little bit rough, but it will be better when we record in the future. If you want to see more tabletop content, please let us know what you'd like to see in the comments below. And if you enjoy this, be sure to like and subscribe. Now let's get into the video. All right, we got another matchup for y'all. We got Arctina versus Lost Box with Roaring Moon Hands and Hoopa EX of all things. So that should make this matchup pretty interesting. A lot of people say like Arctina's usually like favored into Lost Box, but that Hoopa, being a fighting type card, can just incinerate my my Arceuses. Do you want heads or tails, Jake?
I'll go heads.
It is
heads. I will go first.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right, let's get started.
Yeah, the Hoopa EX, great card against Arceus and opposing Iron Hands. So
I have mulligan.
Always a great. All right, I've got a pretty good starting hand. So.
Uh-oh. This is terrifying.
I am going to get judged before I get a chance to play a Colress, though, which is not great.
Yeah, you were specifically not playing one of the Champions League lists because of the Hoopa. That wasn't common in the Champions League list. Nobody was playing that, so you copied it from a City League list. And then mine is just not the top Arctina, but the second one below it. So it has the Grabbers, it has the Eerie still. Wednesday. No, Wednesday. Hey. Let me get that. These are not for playing. All right. I think the cat disruption is hopefully done for now. We'll go ahead. It looks like every match is just going to start with a cat disruption. So I did get a playable hand here.
Make some room for my hit loss soon.
Yep, all right, and then good luck.
Good luck. I'll take my mulligan first.
Yep.
And then I will draw for turn. I will start off with a flower selecting. All right, pretty good one. I don't really need the Lost Vacuum right now. I'd rather take the Buddy Poffin to thin my deck out a bit. This one doesn't play Ditto, which is a card I really like in these Lost Box decks. Extra consistency and more outs to attackers on early turns.
Yeah, just being another card you can grab with Buddy Poffin feels pretty good because Buddy Poffin can grab so few cards in your deck outside of comp phase. So.
Yep, I'll do a quick prize check here just on my energy cards because those are the most important. And wow, it looks like I prized a lot of energy cards. It was a good thing I checked. I guess it's not that much. There were 3 psychics in this list, right? No, 3 water, 2 psychic, 2 lightning. Okay. I guess I didn't prize that much. Yeah. Looks like one water energy is prized, and then 1 dark energy as well, I believe. Oh, no, that's in my hand. Okay. And I've got no access to Radiant Greninja, though, which is annoying. So the Greninja's in the prize cards. I do have my Forest Sealstone, some Colress. Yeah. Looks not too bad right now. And ideally on this turn, I'd want to get the Hoopa EX down with a Dark Energy, so I don't have to find a Mirage Gate next turn in order to start pressuring the Arceus. As soon as an energy comes down, I can start hitting kind of hard in case that Trinity Charge happens. I do actually have to be worried though of the max belt on the Arceus does one-shot the Hoopa. So.
Yeah, and the Hoopa, its first attack does 50 damage per energy attached to all of my Pokemon. So if only attachable energy this turn, then I'm not really at threat of that. killing my Arceus, but I am at threat of the other attack, which does require 3 Dark Energy, so it is quite a bit harder to deal with and charge up, but that would actually one-shot my Arceus.
Yep. And unfortunately, I had to lost on that Nest Ball because I really need to keep my Colruses around. I think I'm just going to go ahead and bench a Cramorant. I could bench this other Comfy as well, but yeah, I could just actually go for another Flower Selecting because I really only need 1 bench space open, but at the same time, I want to have access to stuff like Roaring Moon, but yeah, I'll go for it for now. I'll switch Cart and Flower Selecting. I got the Heavy Ball and a Super Rod. So this deck plays 4 Super Rods, so I am happy getting rid of 1 for the Heavy Ball. But now I do not have space for the Radiant Greninja, sadly, but I'll still take it out of the deck.
Yeah, I can always play it in future turns. Of course, I will not be attacking this turn, but in the near future it could happen.
Yeah, eventually. I'm expecting to lose a couple turns in this game at some point, so having backup Comfies for me to just pass with active is never bad. And then I will go ahead and pass to you.
All right, I will draw for turn. I'm going to start things off with a Nest Ball. I'm going to be pretty greedy here and just not put down another Arceus. I feel pretty safe in doing so.
I think that's kind of risky. I think I'll always pull off a
You did get
Roaring
4
Moon.
in the zone,
Yeah.
and you do have Colress immediately available, so I probably have to take it, but I don't want to because it's so bad if that happens. But my hand is pretty good for next turn anyway, so I think that's fine to go ahead and grab it. So I'll go grab it, and then I think it'll just be... This is my only Jet Energy, so I don't want to play it. And attached to the benched Arceus. And I think that's just going to be a pass for me.
Okay, no hand disruption. Pretty good for me.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, I think I'm lining up a KO on this Arceus this turn. I just need to find a Mirage Gate and an out to one of my attackers. So I'll start off with the
Miss. It's fine.
4/5, and that is everything I needed.
No.
So the Buddy Poffin and the Manaphy hit the Lost Zone. I actually still need a switching out potentially. I could get an attack off with Raikou this turn, but that's not too useful because I've got the Forest Sealstone in my hand. Yeah, I guess I'm getting a little punished for going on the 4 Comfy there.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Flower Selecting hits an Artisan, which I don't really want. I have 7 in the Lost Zone now. So I could go with an attack with a Raikou, which actually isn't bad here because your deck does not play Choice Belt, correct? So
correct, yeah. Just the Max Belt.
Yeah, I don't think many Arceus lists are playing Choice Belt at this point. So yeah, I could go for that with the Forest Sealstone. Just get an attack off, and then it sets up for Cramorant, but I guess not really.
Yeah, not unless I evolve it, it won't. Yeah,
yeah if I have...
It can set up...
40, 60, 80, 100, 120,
It doesn't really help much for Sableye either, so...
Yeah, 140, and then I wouldn't evolve. So I could just hit with the Cramorant here. Actually, no, if I do hit with the Raikou, then I put 140 on you, and then...
Oh, yeah, because it's 140, yeah. So it's not bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't work a cram, but still.
Yeah, then it forces
workable.
Yeah. I think it puts enough pressure on where it's worth it, and it also gets me out of trouble of finding some extra attackers because I'm going to be able to use this Raikou 2 turns in a row without any question because it's not going anywhere.
Sure.
Yeah, so I'll go with the Raikou, and then I can play a Mirage Gate. I could also go for another switch into a Comfy, but I don't think I need to. I think I'll just go for the Mirage Gate and see what I get off of Fleet-Footed before I do anything else. Yeah, I don't have access to Sableye because it was in the in the prize cards for now. So I think I'll attach another Psychic Energy, and then I've got a second Lightning in my hand, which I can use to power up the Raikou. Yes, actually, I could go this way. Yeah, so my Lightning's in the discard pile, so I'll, after I retreat this Comfy, because I've already got a Lightning in my hand. So in case I want to attack with the Iron Hands, I don't expect to need to, but always leaves that option open.
Yeah, I want you to attack with Iron Hands so bad. I need it.
It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. Yeah, I'll go ahead and use the Fleet-Footed.
Yep.
Draw a card. Nest Ball doesn't really help me too much here, but that's fine. I'll go ahead and attach. And then I could play down the Forest Seal Stone. I think it's worth it just to play down. I don't know how many Arceus decks play Lost Vacuum. Do you know if that list plays
I believe
one?
it is common to have
Okay.
one. Yeah, I think one is the standard right now.
So yeah, I could go for. I think it's still worth it in case I get judged.
Yeah, you know the odds of me hand
to find
are
another
very high this turn. So
yeah, finds another piece from the Arceus deck that have to Starbirth. Assuming Starbirth comes down, it'll be for double turbo Judge or something like that. And then Lost Vacuum doesn't come down, and then I'm protected. So I have an option to Super Rod here, but I don't really need these energies for right now. So I will go ahead and swing with Lightning Rado for 140. So yeah, sadly I was just a bit short of the KO there, but this attack is pretty safe, and Raikou being a V actually makes it tankier than some of my EXs, which can get knocked out in return right away.
Yeah, this is kind of a tough spot here for what I'm discarding. I think I'm going to go ahead and discard those. Let's see what we have available in my list right now. So, obviously, plenty of options for supporters to play. I do have the Grabber and the Eerie, but both those are not going to be relevant right now, at least. Let's see. Do I have Switch? Ooh, I am being punished by you not KOing my Arceus here.
Oh no.
So what this means is all I'm going to do this turn is I'm going to evolve this Arceus, and I'm going to end up Trinity charging with this one because I have Jet in hand. Which is fine because I wasn't going to take this knockout anyway, but I could have done like boss KO something, potentially. So not the worst case scenario, but I don't even know what I'm going to end up grabbing here then off this Starbirth.
Yeah, so I think this position is definitely favored for Lost Box here, because if the game goes long ever, Lost Box is definitely in a better position. As long as you don't get judged out of the game, Lost Box can like thin the deck more of bad cards. And
I saw the line.
Okay.
I have Turo.
Turo scenario. Okay,
Turo does fix that.
That is a card.
So I'll go ahead and put that Arceus down. I will use the Starbirth. I'm going to grab those two, it seems. I really want to put another Pokemon down. I would love to hand disrupt too. I mean, is it more important to hand disrupt here or Turo and fix this weird scenario?
I think you're going to need to attack my my Raikou this turn. Okay. Otherwise, cat interruption.
Cat interruption. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to do it, unfortunately.
Yeah, taking the Arceus off the board is always good.
Yeah, it just fixes some damage, prevents you from lining up stuff nicely. I mean, I'm going to be forced to put the Arceus back down, though, because I just have nothing else to throw down. So I'm going to play the Turo. Play that. Attach the double turbo. And then I will Trinity Nova for 180. And I'll go ahead and grab some energies for my bench Arceus.
All right. I will go ahead and draw for turn. So yeah, I could even, yeah, my position's really good here. I could even just hold off and not play a Colress this turn because I'm already at 7 in the Lost Zone. I don't really need any more cards, so I kind of want to keep the Colresses around as outs in the deck, assuming I get judged soon. So I'll go ahead and use Fleet-Footed first. Get another Super Rod, not too useful here. Although I do have 3 Super Rod in hand, so if an Eerie comes down, that could be kind of dangerous. Yeah, I don't really need to find anything. I could go and attach a Dark Energy to one of my Comfy to prepare it to retreat, or use the Forest Seal Stone as well, because I'm going to get knocked out. So yeah, I guess I'll go for the Forest Seal Stone. Yeah, just check what I have here. Nothing too useful for me to put down right away. I guess I could take another type of energy, just so I keep my dark energies in the deck for Roaring Moon. Check. Yeah, I think I might need to play this Super Rod, though. This turn might be worth it, just to get more energy types. Yeah, I don't know. This is a very awkward position. I could save my Raikou, but I don't think that helps me all that much here. I could get a emergency board. That's actually
It is
probably
relevant
a good
here.
one
You
to
can
get.
retreat with it, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go grab the emergency board and slap it down on a comfy. And then, yeah, I could play Super Rod here just to get back 2 energies, but I've got a couple energies in deck that I'm fine with using Gate on. Yeah, 3 Super Rod in hand is not ideal, but yeah, I think I'll just go for the Lightning Rondo here for 140.
Sounds good. Go ahead and throw those on. All right. I really need to draw real cards. I did not draw a real card. All right. All I can do this turn is bench this guy. And then I will Trinity
All right.
Take 2 prize cards after I do this. Dang, I really needed a Tina down there, but
Yep. So
I'll just top deck B-Barrel. It's all good.
my counter catcher is now live on this turn if I want to have access to it. I did draw the Hoopa V or Hoopa EX, which I could use here to attack with. I could go for like an arm press with Iron Hands as well if I want to. I'm trying to figure out what the best way to approach this is. Yeah, I could go for like a Greninja attack into Arceus and like into both Arceus, and then I can clean up with Sableye into Bidoof, but the Sableye is in the prize card, so that's probably not the best route.
Yeah, and once it kind of makes the math weird if I evolve these 2 next turn.
Yep. I think I'll start off with the Nest Ball. I could actually grab the Iron Bundle here and just take out the Bidoof, but I feel like going like 2/2/2 in this prize trade is going to be a bit better. Actually, yeah, how much you got? 140 HP
140,
left. Yep. Okay. Actually, I could recover my my Raikou here. I should have done that. Yeah. I used the Nest Ball already. I guess
can undo it.
Okay. Yeah. If we just pretend I don't
cheated,
use it.
So
Okay. Yeah, I'll go with the Super Rod.
Okay.
Recover the Raikou and
yeah, I think this is a pretty sensible play, especially if I can't find my V-Star this turn.
Yep, and then I will go ahead and Nest Ball into Raikou. And now I'm just looking for a Mirage Gate.
All right, you have 4 Comfy. You got to find it.
Yep, I got Comfy and Colress's.
Oh, okay,
so
yeah, you're finding it.
yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I did find it. But this is a pretty costly lost zone, so I think I'm going to have to get rid of Counter Catcher and Iron Bundle here because I need my Mirage Gates and my Roaring Moon more. Then I'll go for another Flower Selecting. That's a painful energy lost, but that's fine. Yeah, I'll go ahead and play the Mirage Gate. Get some energy out of the deck onto this Raikou V. Yeah, and then I can take a knockout with this Raikou, and then it'll survive another turn. I can get a hit off into the next Arceus. It does bench lock me again, which is a bit of a problem. So yeah, I'm kind of regretting putting all 3 of these comfies down.
Yeah, you are getting punished for it, but you're not losing still. So
yeah, I did mention that that I was really debating over that play because normally the Arceus deck would have a bit better time like pressuring my resources, but hasn't been happening yet. So yeah, I could get an energy down if I wanted to, but I don't see the point there. So yeah, I'll just go for a Lightning Rondo for the knockout.
Okay, this is gonna be a big top deck. It was not a big top deck. I think my only out here is switching to the Bidoof, honestly. I can bench this Arceus, but it's not going to do anything. I could power edge something else, I guess, but
I think you don't want to open up a bench spot for me, because
that's
then
true.
your Arceus
Yeah,
is definitely going down.
it's either I have to just sacrifice something else and hope you don't, but you have Prime Catcher too, so it's just like the odds of you getting the Arceus next turn are pretty good.
Yep.
If I retreat with it here or switch it out of it or whatever.
I think just a power edge into the active is pretty safe here. You're just going to take some damage.
Yeah, so I don't bench the other Arceus then in that case, because yeah, this won't die at least.
Yeah, now you could bench the other Arceus if you have an energy to attach to it.
That's the Jet, which
okay,
I can technically use because I have a switch.
Okay, yeah, I think I'd go for that.
Okay, and then switch to get it out of the active, and then power edge for 130.
Yep. I'll draw a card. Start off with the Fleet-Footed. Yeah, I think everything I have, I kind of want to keep a
Your
hold
hand
of,
is so large.
Yeah, it's a pretty good hand. Yeah, I don't really.
Oh, I couldn't play it. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't really want to keep this this Raikou. I could just go into Cramorant this turn, but I yeah, make the Raikou get a KO later, because I'll be doing more damage with the Raikou. So I think this is worth it just to force you to find a boss's orders at some point rather than playing a hand disruption card, because that deck does not play the Prime Catcher. I don't want to loss on any more of my resources because I think I'm content with what I have.
Yeah.
So yeah, then I'll just go for the Spit for 110.
All right. Come on, top deck. No. Attach that there. I'm going to boss up the Raikou, and then I'll just power edge it.
All right.
Dude, what are these draws? Come on.
So
Ah.
now I do think this deck plays Roxanne. I can't remember though.
I can't even blame like Grabbers and Eries, so I'm not drawing those either.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, I just need to be able to attack twice here to win, really. I think I'm gonna go ahead and.
Because realistically, the only way I win is if I Judge Iona you this next turn. So you just need to proof yourself with that as much as possible.
Yep. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and Flower Selecting, I think.
Okay.
Just then a bit more. I don't think the Iron Hands is going to be useful here, so that's... Yeah, I could Iron Hands a Bidoof,
Yeah,
but
that is
I don't
an
think...
option for you.
Well, actually, I could go Iron Hands this turn into Sableye next turn, but no, I'd rather not put a Two-Prizer in play here. So
You're just making excuses to not play it.
Well,
Whatever.
no. I think I'm playing correctly here. So yeah, I do have very few cards left in my deck.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to play the Radiant Greninja down here because I don't want to put a Two-Prizer in play. That's just going to get max belted. Draw a little bit more cards. And I've also got the technical machine Crisis Punch available to me at some point.
Oh, true. Yeah, next turn that just cooks me.
So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and Radiant Greninja, draw 2 more. I did find the Roxanne, so I could go ahead and play, but I know his hand is pretty dead.
Yeah.
So
this card will fix me.
yeah. I'd rather keep the switches around, I think, just to have more outs, but I'm going to play a Super Rod because I know I'll have to find some outs to more energies, and having access to more Psychic Energies in deck for Sableye or potential Greninja option. I don't think I'm going to be using any more Lightning attackers at this point. So yeah, I'll Super Rod, shuffle these 3 energies back into the deck. They're out to the Radiant Greninja now, which is great for me. Yeah, I have the Prime Catcher in hand, but what I want to knock out is in the active. So yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do here is retreat and Spit Innocently for the knockout.
All right, this is a big top deck here. It is a double turbo. This is Vacuum, the double turbo to get rid of the emergency board, and then Power Edge.
Yep, And then
And
I've
you
got...
Crisis Punch me? Oh, hey, we found an ionic.
yeah, I could Crisis Punch. Yeah, why don't we get Comfy involved in the action here? I'll go for the Mirage Gate. Get 3 energies on the Comfy, and then Crisis Punch your Arceus.
No! All right. That was not the most representative Arctino game, so let's go to do one more of this. Because I think this can be fairly interesting. It really just depends on if Lost Box can do what it wants every turn or not.
Yep.
But yeah, just some first impressions of this Lost Box deck since you've now played it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's... Lost Box gains like a lot from just having access to the Prime Catcher in as an option. You can go Roxanne Prime Catcher even when you're even or ahead on prizes.
Yeah.
And
Very powerful combo.
Yeah, I think the Buddy Poffins are good to be able to like thin out of your hand rather than getting them shuffled back into the deck. It's like unfortunate that you have a little less outs to basics, but you can always fix that with Ditto.
Yeah.
If you choose to play it.
Yeah, Buddy Poffins being playable at any point in the game is that's been a topic that's come up a lot from talking to other players, to just how much more useful it is than having the VIPs clog your hand in a lot of different decks, like with B-Barrel, in this deck too, so you just don't draw back into them later, because obviously when you're playing Lost Box, it's really nice when you can just Lost Zone a VIP pass and not think about it, but when it does end up in your hand inevitably, sometimes it really sucks to have to draw back into it later.
Yep.
And then my Arctina impressions are that was definitely the normal Arctina experience. It hasn't changed. Sometimes it works, and sometimes that happens.
It's the same experience as Virizion Genesect from 10 years ago.
Yeah,
I have a mulligan
mulligan.
here, so you'll draw an extra cards. Just attack with a small attack into powering up your big attack.
Right.
And use that one.
Yeah, you're definitely getting a Tina out, or even just getting an Arc V-Star with the not a double turbo on earlier is a lot more useful. This hand is still not great, but it is playable at least. And hopefully I can actually get good cards with my Starbirth this time.
Yep, I'll go ahead and redraw, and I do have a Pokemon here.
Do you feel like just the deck having all these one-offs was like an issue for you at all that game?
No, I think Lost Box is pretty used to having a bunch of one-of cards, so yeah, this is
I'm going first,
fine for it. Yep. Yeah.
All right. This is more useful. Play Grabber.
All right. Yeah,
I knew it, yeah.
I guess I should have benched the Comfy.
Yeah, that is a interesting point. I mean, I don't think this card will be common in Arctina from what I've seen so far. This is like the only list that played it, but this is a card that exists and does punish that specific action.
Yeah.
So, there's no Colress in there, right?
No Colress,
okay.
Yep.
All right, and then I have to play an Ultra Ball. I'm going to get rid of Eerie and a Boss, which I don't love, but this also could be... No, yeah, this worked out fine. Because I was worried about discarding a different card in my hand. I'm going to actually try to see what's in my deck. Iron Leaves being a card that is included in this list too. It's not super relevant in this matchup, but it can be nice just to have an attacker. If like I have energy on Bidoof or something, I can throw it on, but it's not really going to be relevant at all here. And looks like, yeah, I do have my V-Star Giratina. I only have one though, it looks like. Yeah, okay. I'm going to grab the Arceus, going to attach to it, and then I will pass.
Right. I will top deck Colress, and then I'll play my Heavy Ball. Okay, yeah, a few energies prized, which is not great. Yeah, no access to Greninja for a little while, but that's fine.
Valuing the Cramorant over the Greninja here.
Oh, no, I have 2 Waters prized.
Oh, okay.
The issue. So, no Greninja attacking, but
Right. Makes
I'll
sense.
have access to concealed cards. And then I'll start off with the Colress. I do find a Buddy Poffin, which is nice. I can get rid of one of my Comfies, and then I'll get rid of... Getting rid of another Water Energy is pretty painful. But I have no other switch-outs in my hand, so I think I kind of need that. So yeah, I'll get rid of a Water Energy. And then I will go ahead and Buddy Poffin, grab a couple more comfies. And I think ideally this turn I kind of want to find that iron bundle and get a Cramorant attack into the Arceus to soften it up.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it would require one less card from the Arctina player to switch out to the Arceus, so that's something to consider as well. So I guess that might change that. I'll go for the flower selecting. That's very annoying, flower selecting a Colress and a Mirage Gate. I think I value the Mirage Gate even more than the Colress.
Why is that?
Potentially. Just because, yeah, I really need to chain attackers. And without Mirage Gates, I'm going to need to use 3 Mirage Gates this game. So if I lose one, potentially I could get a Hoopa down with an attachment and attack with Roaring Moon in the same turn. So maybe I can afford to get rid of the Mirage Gate. Yeah, I think I don't know, this is really tough. This deck doesn't play Palpad, which is another card I really like in Lost Boxes to recover more Colresses. And if it was the Palpad, if the Palpad wasn't on the list, I wouldn't feel bad about getting rid of the Colress.
Yeah, being down 2 Colress this early feels pretty tough.
I think I'll have to go the Mirage Gate then, but yeah, this is really bad for this deck. I think that might have changed a lot in terms of how this is going already.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Hoopa and a Nest Ball, so I am not going to be able to get off a Cramorant attack here. Yeah, I'll just have to bench the Cramorant to have access to it later. Then I could bench the Hoopa EX, but I could always get Prime... Prime Catcher. Well, Max Belt. Yeah,
Max
that's the one I was
Belt,
looking for. Max Belt
too risky
KO'd
to
with
bench
Boss. So I'll
Until
go
I
ahead
use
and
Starburst,
pass.
then you can do it. But yeah. Draw for turn. I will play that, and I'm going to go ahead and Iono here.
Right.
I believe there's 1 vacuum in your list, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I finally found it. Only took 2 games, but I found it in Iono. Very exciting. All right, let's see what we got here. I can go ahead. You know, let's go ahead and play a Capturing Aroma first. I got a hits. So I think that's pretty easily going to be a Giratina V-Star here. I can throw it on a Bidoof. Trying to think about attackers for this game because I don't have a third, or I don't have a second V-Star. So, and there's no guarantee I get it fast enough, but Giratina Shred's also good enough for a lot of this game. Oh, no, I do have the other one. Okay, I just didn't see it the first time. So, I'm going to grab that Giratina then. But I think I still have to go Arceus for my third kind of attacker here. It'll be second, technically, probably, but it kind of just depends on what you are going to attack me with next turn. Because if this is just so easy for it to die next turn that I think I have to put another Arceus down. So I'll go ahead and do that. Then I'll Nest Ball. I definitely don't have a boss in my hand. That's not why I said that. I'll grab a Doof. All right. Gonna go back in. I will Starbirth. Gonna grab that double turbo for sure, and I'll go ahead and grab my switch. So I'm gonna play the switch. Get this in the active. I'm trying to think what I want to do here. I'm going to evolve the Giratina, and then I'm going to charge up the Arceus with my Trinity Nova attack. Oh wait, I got to technically grab my energy first, so I couldn't do that.
Yeah, and I'm in a pretty rough spot here because I got my Colress's Iono to the bottom, but I do have an Artisan, which I'll be able to use to shuffle the deck, or I could just top deck a Colress.
That works.
That's always good.
Yep.
So I do want to find my Hoopa EX, and it was put at the bottom of the deck. So I think I am still going to play and use the Artisan right away to shuffle, because it puts another out closer to the top of the deck. So yeah, I'll go ahead and use Artisan.
Okay.
I could put the Sableye down here if I wanted, but I kind of want, yeah, Hoopa, EX, Radiant Greninja, and then maybe if I get a Super Rod soon, I'll want the Comfy to come down, and the Sableye doesn't help all that much, so I think I'll just fail the Artisan. Yeah, I also have the Iron Bundle in my hand if I wanted to push something out of the active. But I'm not sure how useful that would be. Yeah, I actually, since you didn't charge up the Giratina V-Star, you have no out to knocking out my Raikou. So that does make that an option as well. With what? Oh yeah, it does 200.
Yeah, it does
okay,
200. Yeah.
You're right.
The scariest thing for me is an EX attacking me, because I would need my maximum belt, basically. That was the big risk with doing for this play.
And wow, okay, I drew all of my attackers in this Colress's experiment. So I think Raikou's the least useful. And then I think I'm going to have to play without Counter Catcher this game. I don't think it's too useful. Yeah, I'll get rid of that.
Right, you only have the one Counter Catcher in this list, but you do have the Prime Catcher.
Yes. Flower Selecting, good hit there. Get the Switch Cart. I have a Vacuum in my hand, so I can get some more cards in the Lost Zone and thin out Manaphy as well. But I still need a Mirage Gate this turn. So I'll go and bench the Greninja and use Concealed Cards to draw 2. No Mirage Gates yet. I will go ahead and play Switch Cart into Comfy and Flower Selecting. No Mirage Gates. I have the Emergency Board and a Nest Ball. Getting rid of a Nest Ball is pretty painful here as well. I think I might have to, though.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get rid of a Nest Ball. Then I'll play the... I could keep the Artisan in play. I think that's probably more useful than playing the Lost Vacuum. What stadium cards does that deck play normally?
I have one Lost City.
Just one Lost City, okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and leave the Artisan in play and then put the Emergency Board. I could use the Iron Bundle here as well.
What would I promote?
I feel like that's got to be...
It's kind of scary. Well, you just got rid of the Raikou, so I'd feel pretty good about promoting this.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
It's harder for... I'm more worried about that Arceus. No, I guess not really. Yeah, he'd have to find an Arceus to evolve, otherwise Sableye could get dangerous.
I really don't want to lose the Bidoof, though. I really need a B-Barrel rolling.
Yeah, the little damage on the active doesn't really matter here, so I think I will go for the Iron Bundle and use that.
Yeah, I think... So obviously I don't know what's about to happen here, but if Hoopa was about to happen, I think this is still correct. Because I can't... Oh, actually, with this hand, I can Giratina. Yeah.
Okay. So then I will retreat into Cramorant, and I guess, just go for a Spit Innocently for 110.
I'll draw for turn. I'm going to attach Double Turbo. Evolve this Arceus, and then I'll play Judge.
Okay.
I guess I could have bossed there too, but you had built up a pretty good hand last turn. There's no point to not Judge there.
Yeah, I think Judge might actually help me here, though, because all I need is the Mirage Gate to get a knockout, but at the same time, I'm falling pretty far behind in this game. I'm going to have to come back with probably a Prime Catcher on Barrel at some point.
Sure.
Ideally, or this Giratina after it loses more energies.
All right. 4. Pretty good draws, but no B-Barrel still, unfortunately. I will retreat into this Arceus. Yeah, I don't want to play the Nest Ball. I'd rather just hold it for now. And then I will Trinity Nova. And I'll put it all on my Giratina.
Okay. I'll go up with the comfy. So I'm not going to use the Artisan first because I need to find a Colress, ideally. So I'll start off with a Flower Selecting, Switch Cart, and a Psychic Energy. I don't really need more Flower Selectings here. I'd rather use the Radiant Greninja guaranteed. So I think that's fine. Go ahead and... so what am I could Prime Catcher the Giratina and force the maximum belt out to deal with the Hoopa. But I also might need the maximum, or the Prime Catcher to get a comeback on the barrel at some point. So I'll see what my draw is there. Got a switch card. How much HP does that Giratina have left?
It's 170.
170. Okay. Yeah, so I can go Nest Ball, find the Hoopa, and then potentially just Energy Crush. Oh, I actually have no out to the... because Hoopa requires 2 Dark Energies to attack, so I might have to go with... yeah, my options are really limited here. I don't think I have any good attacks. Yeah, I can Arm Press this turn. It's probably my
so
best
bad.
option. Yeah, I can't Frenzied Gouging or use the Hoopa because I only have one. Yeah, my other Dark Energy's in the discard pile.
Yeah.
And then one's in the prize cards. How many cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I could go for a Sableye attack here.
Yeah.
I think that's probably fine. I can
get Bidoof and soften up the Tina more, I guess.
Yeah.
I like that way more than
Can
going
I
for
get
hands here.
the Giratina in Iron Hands range as well?
Yeah. You just do 6 and 6.
Yeah. But then aren't you at 130? No, you'd be in range. Okay, yeah, I'll have to play the Mirage Gate first. Just to make sure I don't hit my Psychic Energies. I'll get a Lightning Energy down. I'll keep that in the deck. I could have waited actually to use the...
to use the gate?
Yeah, here I'll just wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll use the Flower Selecting first because I do actually kind of want to hit the Psychic Energy here rather than... Because I'm not powering up a second attacker. If I was, then...
you already lost one gate early. You don't want to lose more. Especially because both your Dark Attackers that are really good, you kind of have to double gate most of the time to charge them.
Yep. So then, yeah, it will have to be the Mirage Gate on the Psychic Energy. Actually, I could put Iron Hands down this turn and Mirage Gate to that as well instead. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to. Okay. Yeah, I'll Mirage Gate to those two. If my Iron Hands goes down, I think I'm losing the game either way.
Okay.
Yeah, I just don't have the resources to be able to attack.
Yeah, I'm already down. Just one boss? One boss, okay.
I kind of need this energy as well. No, I got the Mirage Gate, that's fine. Yeah, I'll switch into Sableye. And then, yeah, you'll have one, how much HP left?
If you do 6 here, it's 110 left.
Yeah, 110. So, okay, so I'll go, 6, 5, and...
Are you sure you don't want 6 for Cramorant?
Yeah, I could. I'm thinking about it. I could put, yeah, I guess the 110, or the 10 damage doesn't matter anywhere else. Yeah, I'll just put the 6 there. I'll take the 1 prize on the Bidoof.
Okay. Draw for turn. Nothing useful. I'll go ahead and play an S-Ball. I think I just throw another Bidoof down, honestly. Because I'm going to take out the Sableye here anyway. Honestly, Iron Leaves The use case for it more and more that I'm thinking about, especially for a game like this, is just to get me out of the active, get
Yeah.
whatever's stuck there. Honestly, it only has one retreat cost, so it's super chill to just fix
Yeah,
that.
next to switching out.
Yeah. It's honestly something I should have thought of for. Well, you can't really do it early game because you need your energy on your Arceus, but in other like blocked scenarios, I guess it's pretty good.
Yep. So I'm down 2 gates now. I've got 2 left.
Oh, I'm going back in. Trinity Nova.
Okay. So my Iron Hands did survive, and I'm unfortunately going to have to attack with it.
Yay!
We'll
This is what
see.
dreams are made of.
Um,
It took the most scuffed game possible to force you into
yeah.
it.
I'll start off with the flower selecting. Boss and Lost Vacuum. The Lost Vacuum's not useful
Yeah.
here. So the boss was actually a pretty good grab because I can use that instead of the
Prime Catcher?
Prime Catcher. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I should.
You don't have any Choluses left, do you? No, you still
I
have
have
some.
one Colress left. Okay, I'll. I don't want to get the dark energy out of my deck, which is not ideal because I can go Nest Ball. I guess this is probably best. Okay, yeah, I'll go Nest Ball, grab because you have 3 prizes left. Okay. Yeah, I don't have enough energy. I only have 1 energy in deck, which is not great. 1 in hand. So worst case scenario, I can get it, but then assuming that Giratina goes down, you'll still have plenty of energy for the Hoopa to work. So I'll get the Hoopa down here. I can also use my Artisan to grab Manaphy here, but I could also wait to use it to grab Cramorant if I Super Rod so that I have an out off of the Technical Machine Crisis Punch for no energies to use that. So yeah, I'll wait. Thinning 1 card doesn't seem like it's enough worth there. Yeah, this is another question though. I can I might be forced to use so I could concealed cards and comfy and hope to get a Super Rod to get 2 energy off the Mirage Gate, or I can just attach and gate for 1 on the Iron Hands, and then save my Prime Catcher, but I get 1 less flower selecting, so 1 less draw. I don't know, this is a very tricky situation. I don't think the Prime Catcher is very useful, but I'm also like taking a bit of a risk here if I don't find a Super Rod. I think I just lose the game straight away.
You still have. Do you have 3?
Yes, I have 3
Oh my gosh,
left.
you're gonna find one.
Yeah, but so I can go for the guaranteed attack here.
Yeah.
Knock out the Giratina with my Iron Hands, but then I will be left with no energy or attackers. I
Right.
really want to get the Cramorant down with the. Yeah, so how likely is it that you can disrupt my hand? I think I need to dig for the Super Rod. Yeah, I'll go for the concealed cards. Okay, I found a Colress, which is helpful here.
So do you want a Chorus now and then Prime Catcher?
Yeah, because I can go for, Prime Catcher or Retreat into Comfy, use that.
And you'll
but
definitely
that
find a
doesn't
rod
helpful.
off the Chorus. So.
I'll just use the Colress
Yeah.
first. 5. Okay. I don't think the Roaring Moon is needed anymore. So I can get rid of that.
Yeah, at this point in the game, no.
And I'd rather use having Roxanne as an out off of potential Iona or something. So that I do find the Super Rod. I'm going to have to use the Prime Catcher either way so I can get another flower selecting in before I Super Rod. Yeah, go for the flower selecting. Colress and Mirage Gate. So I think I'd rather have the Mirage Gate than the Colress at this point.
Yep.
Then I'll go for Super Rod, get back maybe these 3. I guess I have 1 darkened deck, so Yeah, sadly I was not able to find another energy. I need these. Okay, so these both are going on Iron Hands, and then I have another Mirage Gate. I can put one dark on the Hoopa with that if I want to. Yeah, I could also get... actually, this is better. Yeah, I can go all 3 of these, and then I can gate like 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and set up both the Iron Hands and that. Okay, so yeah, then I'll Super Rod those 3 back. Mirage Gate, the Psychic, or the Water and Dark, and then another Mirage Gate onto those 2. And then I will go ahead and Prime Catcher up the Giratina V-Star.
Yep.
And then I could put Manaphy down here as well. I think I'm going to, just to thin that out of my deck. I'll use Artisan one last time to check what my resources are. So yeah, I've got Artisan, Super Rod, Switch, and Buddy Poffin in the bottom, so that's pretty good. Yeah, even if the Iron Leaves comes down, you'll always have 4 energy in play. Most you can retreat off the double turbo, and then actually that how much HP does the Iron Leaves have?
It's like, isn't it 230 or something?
Okay, that actually
that's 220.
Yeah, okay, that might that's
that
a potential
work,
line. Yeah, retreat off the double
I was trying to
turbo,
think if
and
there's. I think Iron Leaves is the only option here.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and bench the. But if you Iron Leaves, you can't take a knockout, so that doesn't really help you either.
With Belt, I can.
Oh, true. That's true. Yes, you can. Okay, so yeah, I'll bench the Manaphy, and then I'll go ahead and use the second attack for 3 prize cards.
Yeah, that's literally my only option here. Okay, all right. Now I have slightly more options, but I think I still have to do it that way. Because otherwise, I'm at the mercy of what you get off an Iono. So
yeah, and make sure you read the Iron Leaves ability.
Yes, once during your turn, you may play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench. And you may, from your hand. No, I did not read that part. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
But yeah, once you do that, you can move any number of energy from your bench Pokemon to this Pokemon. So I cannot grab that, and I will instead fail it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still my out, but that'd just be no. I can't use it as my out then.
You can find an Ultra Ball if you.
I did not get an Ultra Ball. The problem is I have Belt in my hand right now.
Yep.
So if I play it, I lose.
Yeah.
So. I think it's just over.
You can retreat into the Iron Leaves. Worst case scenario, just pass with it active. That's better than doing nothing.
That is true.
Or just attack with it.
I'll vacuum to get rid of the emergency board. I mean, I could just do this then if I'm going to do that.
Yeah, that also works.
Do I jet it? I guess, yeah. I'll jet. This is risky, though, because if I... No, there's nothing I can get off the Iono that
I think you need to retreat the energies off. So you have to retreat first.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. I'll keep the jet in your hand.
Thank you. This goes there.
Yeah, and then you can't attach the jet energy.
Right,
because that would be too many energies in play.
Yep. So Iono. Yeah, I just cannot use this. At least the Iono can potentially get the boss out of there.
Yeah, my boss was in my hand, so... 2.
Okay, this actually works out okay. It's still not great, but at least there is a line for next turn. I'm going to go ahead and play the Arceus just to shuffle and get that belt back on top potentially. Nothing to grab with it. And then I will pass.
All right. So, yeah, I do have a switch here. I could dig for a game with the boss's orders, or I could play it safe and just attack with arm press here.
Yeah, is it just the one switch? Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I have a Super Rod to get a retreat back if I need to. Okay, so what's the worst case? Yeah, I could get back energy Sableye with the Super Rod, and then I have that as an out on the Tina as well. Yeah, I think I'm going to play the Super Rod either way to shuffle my deck for sure.
Okay.
And I wonder if the Iron Bundle is useful at all. I don't think it is. This gives me an extra out to game. Because assuming the Iron Leaves comes active, knocks out my Iron Hands, then I can Sableye, Lost Mine the Giratina. If you don't find a Giratina V-Star, which you only have one left, theoretically. If the Iron Leaves comes active, Iron Bundle doesn't do anything because the Bidoof comes active.
Right.
So I could get the Kramer back as well, because then Crisis Punch plus a way to retreat, but that's only the switch. So I think I'll just go for the Sableye and the Psychic Energy into the deck. I definitely want to shuffle this turn because the boss was at the bottom. So then I think I'm just going to go for the Arm Press for 160.
Okay. All right. Draw for turn. That is a very interesting draw. How many cards in hand?
2.
So I have 2 lines here. I have an Ultra Ball in hand, so I could get a B-Barrel. No problem. And then I have these 2 supporters. I have Turo and I have Boss. So I could Boss the Hoopa and get rid of it, and then it forces you to find Boss for game.
Or the Crisis Punch.
Or the Crisis Punch, because that does put me down to 1. Or I can Turo, heal this up, hope I find Maximum Belt, but then you just clean up with the Hoopa because there's still too much energy on board. So I have to Boss then this turn.
Yeah, or you can go, Turo Iron Leaves, but...
Yeah, Turo Iron Leaves, I guess, is also fine. But I still have to find Belt if I do that.
Yeah, you need Belt either way.
You need Belt either way.
I think...
This is so awkward, because I don't want to lose... This is the other card I have to discard.
Yeah,
And then
I don't think
still get this out if I don't Turo it.
Yeah, I think you need Iron Leaves is the only way to win here.
Unless you just whiff those 2 cards.
Right? What would
Crisis
you be
or
attacking
Boss?
with if you just Turo? Well, then I just knock out with the Hoopa, right?
No, I Boss it.
Yeah, but you don't take a knockout because I have
With Max Belt.
Oh, you have them. If you have,
I don't.
you don't have
I'm going to
access.
try
So,
to
it's
for
the
it.
Iron Leaves or the Max Belt.
I think that is technically the safer, the higher odds play. Here.
Yeah, you can knock out the Hoopa with the Arceus.
But the problem
That's
is,
also fine.
by getting rid of this, now I have to also get this out of the act.
Yeah, you could get rid of the
which is difficult to say the least.
Well, how much retreat cost is the Iron Leaves?
1.
Okay, yeah. So you can go with the.
I have a Jet still too.
Oh yeah, just get the Iron Leaves. You can move one energy up to it, and then it's only got 1 retreat. So
yeah, but
then
then
you could just knock it with the Arceus,
get my belt
though.
Then.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah,
so I have to get B-Barrel.
Yeah. So question is, do you play do you play the boss and draw 1 less card, or do you hold off on the boss to play 1 less card to go for the Frisian?
To leave the Iron Leaves play open.
Yeah.
So there's 1 Jet in deck. There is the Iron Leaves. How many cards do I have in here?
And what other supporters do you have access to as well? Because that makes the difference.
Iono, Boss, Judge.
Okay,
just 1 of each.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
a very tricky
on how many
situation.
cards in deck. Yeah, I don't know the math.
2, 3, 5, 10, like 20.
Okay.
So it's pretty hard. I get 1/4 of my deck here.
So yeah, you get 1. So you need to hit Max Belt. Max Belt's the only way to win.
I also have Counter Catcher.
Okay, Counter Catcher. Yeah.
So I probably hold the boss then, honestly.
Yeah. I guess I'd hold the boss then. Yeah. Draw 1 less because then you have 2 extra outs.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know.
I guess I discard that then with the Ultra Ball.
What, the boss? Yeah. Yeah. If you can, discard the boss.
So I have 1
and
boss
then
and
attach
Counter Catcher
to the active with the Giratina. Now you only need to find Max Belt. Counter Catcher or Max Belt Leaves would knock out the Iron Hands.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
All right, this will be a big one. It took towards the end of game 2 to finally get a B-Barrel in play. So still not the most representative Arceus Arctina gameplay, because you would like to normally get a B-Barrel on pretty early and draw cards sometimes with your deck, but sometimes this happens with Arctina. Sometimes you just don't draw anything. So I'm going to use that Industrious Inciser's ability, draw 5 cards. Let's see what we got. Wow, okay, I got Max Belt, Countercatcher, and I could Ultra Ball for Iron Leaves if I wanted to. But yeah, I think in this case then, I'm just going to Countercatcher Max Belt that with Arceus.
Yep,
right? Yeah.
that seems like the best option to me.
So I'm going to do that. I will retreat. Pretty good.
Actually, wait, does this, if you leave then Boss's Orders is game with Iron Hands on the Tina. I guess it's game either way. Do you not have a Tina V-Star? Yeah, there's no way. Okay, yeah, this is correct.
I could.
No,
yeah, because it still KOs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I still have. Do I play the Iona?
Yeah, I think you. I don't know.
Because
Yeah,
I mean, was there any way
choice.
for me to know if you had boss? Or, no, there's no way I had to.
No, because I just super rod an energy, so you wouldn't know if I have boss or not, because I wouldn't have bossed last turn, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, if I had boss last turn, I would have bossed. So I do not have boss, because I would have bossed Amp
Sure,
B-Barrel. So yeah, I do not have boss in my hand.
Okay.
So don't play the Iono.
Yeah, I don't need to. So yeah, I could Ultra Ball for something. There's no point, so I will Trinity Nova.
All right. And then I will draw for turn. I'll use the Artisan first to grab Sableye. So I've got a lot of outs in deck. Either way, I have to find the.
Oh, I should have grabbed it for Sableye.
What?
I should have grabbed V-Star for Sableye.
Yeah, I didn't know you could grab V-Star. Okay, yeah, you should.
Yeah.
You should do that. Yeah.
Because I had the Ultra Ball. Yeah.
Yep.
I was only thinking about Iron Hands.
Yeah, so I've got quite a few good cards in my deck. And I've got Flower Selecting, and I grab a Psychic Energy. So now I can Concealed Cards. So I just need the Boss's Orders here, or the Crisis Punch.
Or the Crisis Punch.
Yeah, Concealed Cards, and I do have the Crisis Punch.
All right.
So I'll go up with the Iron Hands and Crisis Punch.
How are you retreating?
I'm playing the Switch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trying to shark
Crisis Punch for the game.
All right. Almost a normal game for the Arctina side. That was still better than last game, so we'll take it. But yeah, what are your any thoughts on the deck / the matchup?
I mean, the matchup seems pretty close. Like the Hoopa is a very good good resource against
Hoopa
it.
definitely evens it out more. If I can actually get a B-Barrel early, definitely plays a lot differently because I'm at least going to be judging out on you every turn consistently.
Yep.
Or even getting a good Eerie off is also potentially game-changing. But yeah, both games failed to do that, unfortunately. But I can imagine that game was pretty close. And if I just had the B-Barrel and was doing stuff with it and drawing cards all game, it would have.
My start was pretty poor with those couple Flower Selectings, though, getting rid of a gate early and then missing an attack. So potentially I would have had to find an attack sooner if you were able to pressure my resources a bit more with hand disruption.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah.
And that's it for this tabletop match. The Hoopa EX definitely helps to swing the matchup in Lost Box's favor, but well-timed Eerie's can still be pretty devastating. I've done additional testing of this matchup after we recorded and have really been liking a second vacuum for Lost Box, as well as replacing the Raikou and Sealstone with other consistency cards like Pokegear. For the Arctina side, the matchup is definitely difficult, but not impossible. Heavy Judge Iono play with a well-timed Eerie and Lost City can really help a lot. Definitely hold the maximum belt for as long as possible. Make sure you can respond to a belted Arceus KO with the Giratina V-Star. And I would also recommend a second Lost City. It would make a pretty big difference if you're worried specifically about Lost Box. That'll be it for this one. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.